Good morning. The Financial Services Department is one of the smaller departments. We have 6 people in the staff, and Tammy Rowe is our AR manager, and she's back at the office holding down the fort. Amy, Amherst, and Lindsay are also back at the office. And Tanya Gomez has been at the Registration Services desk this week, so I hope you had a chance to go and meet her and speak with her. Our staff has an average tenure of 13 years. Tammy is going on her 18th year, Tanya her 16th, Amherst her 13th, Amy her 12th, and Lindsay her 3rd. And I'm in my 14th year. So with all this experience, please call or email our help desk with any questions or requests you may have. The help desk is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, excluding holidays. And FSD received almost 4,000 calls last year and numerous email requests. We don't have a ticketing system in financial services, so it's hard to get that number. But the top questions that is asked of the financial department staff, the number one is, can I pay with a credit card over the phone? Do I have to log into my account? Well, you do not have to log into your Aaron Online account. If you go to our front web page, there's actually a Pay Now button. Or you can log into your Aaron Online account. And paying online with a credit card is the most secure method, and Aaron does not want or keep credit card numbers for security reasons. And the other, how do I update the billing point of contact? Again, you can create an account on Aaron Online or log in if you have an existing account, select payments and billings, and follow the left navigation. And can you email a copy of the invoice? We would love to email a copy of the invoice if you ask for it, but again, this can be done in Aaron Online. And one that was slipped in here was a lot of companies asked for the IRS W-9 form, and that also is online. So, a new resource transfer fee was effective, which we just discussed. The 2017 audit financial audit has been completed, and we're waiting on the final report, and we're in the process of completing the IRS Form 990 for review by Aaron's Finance Committee. Okay, so a new resource transfer fee was implemented January 1st, 2017, which arose from community consultation. This $300 processing fee replaced a $500 resource transfer fee. This change in fees includes 8.2 mergers, acquisitions, and reorganization transfers, 8.3 transfers to specified recipients, and 8.4 inter-RIR transfers. And the transfer process fee is waived for 8.3 and 8.4 transfers when the resources are under an existing registration services plan. Our payment types received at Aaron include checks, wire transfers, ACH, and credit cards. The use of credit cards for payment has been increasing each year, as well as ACH payments. Credit card payments were 68% of the number of all payments, checks are all payments, and ACH payments were 7%, and checks 25%. But when you look at the dollar amounts, checks are still being used, and we're about 51% of payment dollars in 2017, with credit card payments being 37%. And Aaron emailed 26,000 recurring invoices in 2017, and that doesn't include any initial invoices. The majority of these invoices were for organizations paying per resource object, but the majority of dollars received is from our registration services plan. And Aaron's mix of registration revenue remains consistent, but we did have a small drop in revenue from our registration services plan billings, mainly for the IPv6 renewals. And I'm going to briefly go over our invoice and collection process. We have maintained less than 1% of bad debt expense over the year. We have one person dedicated to the collection activities, plus we have an automated reminder collection process, which we did institute back in December 2013. And here's a summarized view of our current process. Invoices are emailed to the billing point of contact approximately 60 days before they are due. Since most organizations only hear from Aaron annually, this is the perfect time to update any of your billing point of contacts before the actual invoice is due. Friendly reminders are emailed to organizations every 30 days up until the due date, and collection reminders are sent every 30 days after the due date. And here's a schedule of when reminders are sent out. Registration service plan customers receive their reminders at the end of the month, whereas maintenance service customers' reminders are sent out the 15th of the month. This helps stagger the workload on the help desk. These subsequent reminders are sent to the admin, tech, and billing contacts to ensure that someone at the organization receives a message about an invoice being due. All emails are sent from an Aaron-Finance email address. Aaron also uses manual collection methods, which include postal mailing a hard copy of the invoice, phone calls, and sending deregistration notices. These types of mailings and notices are sent to all contacts that we have on file. If no response is received on the account, Aaron will stop providing registration services at 120 days. This means that Aaron will stop providing the services as well as any associated services. Reinstatement of services can occur between 120 and 180 days overdue. If a customer does not contact Aaron by the 180th day, the customer will be required to reapply for the resources and qualify under current policy. If and when a customer does reapply, they will be required to pay any fees that were due before and execute a new registration services agreement. And there's more information on our website if you need more.
Microphones are open. Any questions for Val?
Back microphone.
Kevin Bloomberg, The Wire. Val, thank you. It's a crappy job having to bill everybody. Can you go back to the one slide about how people pay? I just wanted to, about $6 million is coming in from credit cards, correct?
Yes.
That's $120,000, approximately, might be $200,000 in transaction fees a year. A lot of people, I know there's been a lot of change in the credit card requirements lately. I don't think you should be on the hook as an organization losing that kind of revenue because of convenience. I think you should review if it is acceptable to add that fee, the convenience fee of using the credit card, so that you don't lose that revenue, especially when so many people are paying in ways where you're not losing those fees. It's becoming fairly standard in the industry, and if you're counting the dollars and cents here and there, losing 2% to credit cards and the convenience of it, or whatever that number is, should be looked at.
Thank you.
Okay.
For a microphone?
Remote comment from Jason Schiller, Google, ASOAC. Please increase my fees, especially on the larger or largest address holders, if that's what it takes to keep getting IT work. Please increase my fees, especially on larger address holders, if that is what it takes to keep the smallest address holders from seeing a fee increase. I am channeling former colleague Mike Joseph. Quote, I lament the lack of a services document, close quote.
Okay.
Thank you.
On the fees, message received. Regarding a service document, we actually did work on that a little bit, and the problem is that we had to put that on hold because we're still doing the fallout from our normalization of the changeover to the current fee schedule, and we wanted to get the fee schedule out there, running, get people using it, and now we're in a situation where we actually can come up with a pretty clear matrix of services and who gets what services. So that will be picked up. It's something that we're going to put back in the plan, and we'll use the consultation process so people can comment on that. Any other questions for Val? Okay, thank you, Val.